Home team, home team. What's happening, home team? This your boy Blakberry Loretz coming at you live and in effect. And I'm coming from my truck out here on the block, getting it in. Hope the rest of y'all doing the same thing. Hope you out here on the block getting it in. Because that's the only way you're gonna come up in the world. You got to get on the block and you got to come up. But welcome to Fan Speak, where we let the fans get it off their chest. Whatever it is you want to say about the topic of the day. And the topic of the day, who on D-Day? Who on D-Day with these Atlanta Falcons? It's the state of the Falcons. And right now, the state that we're in is a state of uncertainty. We're in a state of mystery. And if you think about it, it's the case with most teams, right? Most teams don't necessarily know. Well, let me tell you that. Most fan bases don't necessarily know what direction their team gonna go in until one thing happens, until somebody is allowed to go into free agency without being offered a contract, or, and that's an unrestricted free agent, or a team goes after somebody that's an unrestricted free agent and you get instant news about it. So right now, every team is in a state of unsureness and uncertainty as far as the fan bases go. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that that time is coming where the very first piece of information that we get in this free agency, the very first piece of information we get, as soon as we get word that the Falcons either went after somebody or didn't offer somebody a contract to return, and we're gonna get into who's currently an unrestricted free agent or who's going to be going into free agency as an unrestricted free agent, and we're gonna get into the restricted free agents as well. We're gonna get into that in just a minute. But when we get that report, when we're finally able to do some tampering, when we're finally able to let players go into free agency and start talking to other teams, then we're going to know a very big sense of direction that these Falcons want to go into. Old Chigga Holler, what's up with you, homie? Hey, so the link is pinned in the chat. Anybody want to come in, we going to talk about it. The state of the Falcons and who's on D-Day. In my fairest opinion, there's only one person on D-Day with the Atlanta Falcons. And I don't like to admit this, but I'm going to because I think it's fair to my fans and it's fair to the integrity of being a truth teller. And I know I just gave that a life of its own, but it does have a life of its own, in my opinion. And I'm going to go ahead and admit this. It's only one person on D-Day for the Falcons, and that's Raheem Morris. Because I don't think he's going to get a third year to get anything right. I think the progression for this team to be a 10-plus win team and make the playoffs is going to have to be 2025 season. Now, what does that necessarily mean? Every single detail about this offseason is going to come down to whether or not people think Raheem Morris, and then when I say people, I'm talking about the media, and I'm talking about people that cover the Falcons, people that cover the Falcons on YouTube, people that cover the Falcons on any social media platform. Any sense, any sense of this dude is doing the wrong thing, it's gonna automatically put people at an uproar because patience has worn thin with the fan base. And it's not Raheem's fault. It's not his fault. It's really just expectations that were set by ownership. Because if we keeping this a buck, not one person was held accountable for the Arthur Smith and for that last season, Arthur Smith. They held Arthur Smith accountable, and they held the quarterback accountable, and they held the staff accountable. Everybody was held accountable, and everybody was dealt with, and is now gone, except for TJ Yates. But that's another story. I'm not gonna get into that right now. If you've been paying attention if you paid attention to the Rex Pit last week, you know it's something going on with TJ Yates in the Atlanta Falcons organization. He just keep getting moved up. He just keep getting these opportunities. But we'll get into that in a minute. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and bring the fans in. I might bring 2 or 3 of you in on at a time. I don't want people to think that you got to come in here, you got to walk on eggshells. You don't. You don't have to come in here and be worried. You don't have to come in here and be worried about your opinion being attacked. It won't. Will it be challenged? Maybe. But attacked? No. So feel free to say what you really mean. Don't give me no bullshit. Tell me what you really mean and what you really think. And we're going to go from there. Who we got in the building first? We got somebody in the building. Tell me what you really mean. What's up with you, Jonte Rozier? Hey, Jonte. Hey, turn me down in the background. Turn me down in the back. What's up with you, Jonte Rozier? Hey, Jonte. Hey, turn me down in the background.
I got you.
What's up with you, Jonte? I can still hear me in the back.
I got you.
There you go. I think you did. I think you're good now. Turn it all the way down. Oh, yeah, leave the room, something. What's up with you, Jonte Rozier? Oh, yeah, leave the room, something.
How's that?
What's up with you, Jonte Rozier? No, I still hear everything in the back.
Oh, man. How's that?
What's up with you, Jonte Rozier? Whatever you got the other window over, don't turn it off.
Oh, man. How's that?
I'm gonna mute you for a little bit until you get that situated. But Southside in the building. What's up with the Southside? Dreddy in the building. Dreddy say, I hope he doesn't get a third season. Fuck him, trash. He talking about Raheem. Yo, I'm gonna say this. I don't like the coaching carousel. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it in this case, because in this case, the sumbitch don't deserve to get a third chance because he just don't look like he got the heart to do the damn job. Whatever just happened with Jonte Rozier, we'll see when he ready to come back in. Dredd also say, I wish he didn't come back. Dredd don't like no Raheem. Don't like no Raheem. What's up with you? So, like I say, the link pinned in the chat, man. This fan speak. Anybody want to come in, talk shit, come talk shit. Let me know what you think the state of the Falcons is. Who you think on D-Day right now? Maybe you think it's Raheem Morris like I do. Maybe you think it's uh Terry Fontenot. Maybe you think it's Rich McKay. Maybe you think it's somebody in the personnel group. Maybe you think it's uh Kyle Pitts. Maybe you think it's Grady Jarrett. Who you think on D-Day? Hey, Jonte Rose, once you figure that out, man, click the link, come back in, man. Once you figure that audio out, come back in. It's okay. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good, bro. Hell, I still have struggles, and I've been doing it for some years now, and I still have struggles with the technology and all that bullshit. Xavier Lippman, what's happening, bro? So the link pinned in the chat, man. This fan speak. This ain't Blakberry speak. Y'all come in and let me know what y'all think the state of the Falcons in. Who on D-Day? Who on D-Day? Me personally, I said it, Raheem Morris. If I'm looking at things, I'm gonna put the shoe on the other foot here. Your boy Black, I'm an owner operator, right? I run a truck business. I run a truck company. Something I have to do every single day is uphold DOT regulated laws. I have to uphold them with myself. I got to uphold them with other drivers. I have to make sure everything is on point and is under DOT regulation. If I allow a driver to go out here and try to run off his books, try to run off his laws, if I get audited in the near future, that could come back to bite me in the ass. Now, some would say, well, the driver is responsible for his law. This is true. The carrier is also responsible for those laws being right and being true and upheld to the drivers accountability, holding the drivers accountable for keeping their laws right and not violating their hours of service. So if a driver tell me, hey man, I'm like 12 minutes. I'm 12 minutes from my pickup. I could get this thing picked up and be sitting under this load for in the morning when my time restart. I could just log out the system, just go up here 12 minutes up the road and get loaded in. It don't take these people about 15, 30 minutes to get you loaded. I could get loaded. I could go park at the truck stop right up the road right there, and we be good. Well, it sounds innocent, right? It sounds innocent. What's up with your A130 selling souls? What's up with your boy? I could do that, right? I could say, well, that sounds innocent enough. That sounds like something that you can get away with. I mean, what's the chances of that coming up in an audit? Well, the chances of getting audited, are they high? No. The chances are low of getting audited. But it depends on just the time of year, depend on if the area you're in that you so happen to be passing through that day, have they been meeting quota? They might have a chief up their ass about meeting quotas, or on their ass about getting these reports done for hours of service from these carriers a little bit more often. You don't know. You can't assume. You can't take that chance, because you take that chance, that falls back on you. That falls back on the carrier, and your safety rating goes down. Your safety score goes down. So that driver, who I revere, who I like this driver. This driver, he's on time. This driver don't give me no issues. This driver works. He pulls an extra couple loads here and there. on the weekends, he might work weekend, holidays. He's a good driver. But I let him talk me into letting him go 12 minutes off his logs, which in turn came in to be really about 24 minutes because it's 12 minutes to get there. It's another 12 minutes back to the truck stop. These 24 minutes of unidentified driving time comes up in an audit. The driver will be reprimanded by the carrier and DOT. But the carrier is also going to be held accountable by DOT. There's going to be a fine put out. Going to have to pay the fine. The carrier is going to have to pay the fine. The carrier is going to charge that fine to the driver. But guess what? The safety score that diminishes is going to go on the carrier. All that driver get basically is what's considered a slap on the wrist. I look at Raheem Morris and the job he has to do with the Falcons in a sense of you are in complete control over this personnel group. Meaning, not only do you have the say on whether or not players are going to come up on the line more, on whether or not one player is going to get more playing time than another, on whether or not this personnel group is the best personnel group for this situation. Anything that falls under making a decision for the team to be successful in that very moment out there on that football field all falls on Raheem Morris. So when we look back at the hesitation to make the proper adjustments to the defense before the bye week, when we look at that, that was an indictment on Raheem Morris. When we look at not sitting Kirk Cousins after three straight losses, where he throws 6 interceptions and 0 touchdowns. When we look at that, and clearly something don't look right with him, we didn't need him to tell no reporters or no media outlet that he was injured that he got injured against the Saints in that second game. We didn't need him to tell nobody that. We knew that. It just wasn't said. How can you, Raheem Morris, as a head coach, not be looking at your quarterback literally fall off a fucking cliff, free falling off that motherfucker, and not make a change? That is the indictment on Raheem Morris. That's why he the one on D-Day going into 2025 season. Georgia, Texas boy in the building. What's up with your boy? He say, what's good, Blakberry, AFN, and Falcons family? The new era is here. The link is pinned in the chat. It's Fan Speak Mondays. What's your opinion on the state of the Falcons and who on D-Day, if anybody is on D-Day? Y'all know what I say. Y'all know what I say. It's Raheem Morris. He on D-Day. Now, see, during the season, right, I wasn't coming to Raheem Morris's defense when others would want to highlight how much accountability he should be taking for the Falcons falling off a goddamn cliff after week 10. I was advocating for holding everybody accountable. Everybody. The OC, the DC, and the HC, and the personnel. But now that 2024 season is over with, now that it's done, The defensive coordinator has been relieved of his duties. The defensive line coach has been relieved of his duties. And I don't think Jay Rogers was a bad coach. I think Jay Rogers kind of just ended up being in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong staff on the wrong team. And I really don't think this defensive line, I don't think they like shit that goddamn Jay Rogers like to do when it come to his methods of of coaching. I don't think they like it one fucking bit. I think that's part of the reason why we saw some lackadaisical effort and stunts from the defensive line. We saw bad communication. Nobody never slid to the protection. Nobody never did none of that fucking shit with Jay Rogers as the defensive line coach. I believe Jay Rogers just was not, he wasn't liked very well by this team, especially the defensive line. I think that's why he's gone. But now that Jimmy Lake and Jay Rogers are gone, we in 2025 now. The accountability has been upheld to the point to where the hierarchy and when the chain of command has been properly used. So the next person on the totem pole is Raheem Morris. It's not the assistant coach, the assistant head coach. It is not. It is not Jared Gray. And the reason why I say it's not Jared Gray is because Jared Gray's group, outside of 2 games this last season, outside of 2 games, the rest of the season, those 15 games, we were loving what they were doing with the secondary group. Outside of 2 games, that's the Minnesota game and the Denver game. I take that back. I gotta say the last game of the season, the Carolina game, but we're not gonna really count that game because by then I think they all done phoned it in. The whole goddamn defense had phoned it in after the first half. But it's not Jerry Gray. It's gonna go straight to Raheem Morris. What Jerry Gray did with Mike Hughes, he brought the best out of a Mike Hughes that had a major question mark over his head going into this past season. A lot of people didn't want him to be the number 2. I knew he would be the number 2. A lot of people didn't think he would fare well. I thought he would fare well because he was finally coming into a season where he was fully healthy. When he was with Detroit, he was in and out of the in and off of the injury list. Then he come to Atlanta. He in and out of the injury list again. He finally gets the proper healing time and rest that he needed. He came back and he was there. He was the best corner we had for the first half of the season before he got a little nicked up and he got hurt and missed some games. And he came back. And maybe because of the adjustments on the defense, maybe that's why Mike Hughes saw some struggles after the bye week. But even still, he still played solid. So what Jared Gray did with Mike Hughes, he brought the best out of Mike Hughes. I thought Jared Gray would have did the same with the other boy we had got from Detroit. His name escaped me, but he wasn't with us this year. He was with us in 2023. Who was it? It was the corner from Detroit. Y'all hear me out. The corner from Detroit who was in the same draft with AJ Terrell. He went before AJ though. I can't get his name out. But I thought Jared Gray would have brought similar production out of him the way he did with Mike Hughes. So the next person on the totem pole is going to have to be Raheem Morris. The next person up for D-Day is Raheem Morris. I had very, very lack of hope in Jimmy Lake before the season even began. Very lack of hope in him. a lot of it came from the fact that he didn't have um experience calling plays at this level. You already got a Raheem Morris who's getting a second opportunity at being a head coach who didn't fare well at all. His first opportunity, and when he was interim coach here, even though you're not expecting much out of an interim coach when they have interim before their title. What you're really expecting from them is just to come in, kind of pick up the pieces and just not fuck it up any more than what it's already been. But when he had the head coaching opportunity in Tampa, of course, he didn't do well. But his time, I didn't like that you got Raheem Morris getting a second go round at being a head coach, and then he goes and hires inexperienced play callers at the professional level, and your defensive coordinator is a guy who was fired from Washington as the head coach, and yeah, sure, it was because it didn't really have anything to do with his coaching ability, but he wasn't that good of a coach as a head coach then. And I get not everybody's head coach material, but it just wasn't enough. The resume didn't stand out enough. So I had my doubts about Jimmy Lake coming into 2024 season. I voiced them. I did videos on it. You go down my timeline, you can see. So I knew that Jimmy Lake would be the one that would pay the price when the defense doesn't look good in any aspect. I don't care what it was, in the secondary group, in the linebacker group, in the defensive line group. It don't matter. Well, if the defense don't look good, Jimmy Lake's gonna take the route. Especially when you go on record after the bye week to say to the press that Raheem Morris's input and imprint on the new pass rush schemes that you were putting together after the first half of the season, when you weren't getting any pressures, when you weren't getting enough pressure, you weren't getting enough sacks. When you go on record telling the press that his imprint on the adjustments to get more sacks and to get better pressure helps immensely and tremendously to the execution of the defense, you pretty much signing your goddamn death. You signing your death ticket. You signing your way out of Atlanta when you do that. So I knew it was gonna be Jimmy Lake who was gonna have to tell you. Everybody saying, well, he gonna be the fall guy. Yeah, because he's supposed to be. That's the way the shit works. That's how it works. If you're a supervisor at your job, you don't have a reputation for not getting the truck unloaded in enough time. But a whole month goes by and the numbers have went down on the completion of trucks. They're gonna look at the staff members first. They ain't gonna look at you, the supervisor, first. They gonna hold you accountable for not holding them accountable for getting the job done. But they gonna fire their ass first. If it become a reoccurring thing over consecutive months, then your ass probably getting fired. That's how the shit works. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Don't forget the link pinned in the chat, man. Y'all come talk your shit. The link is pinned in the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking. After I'm gonna go through what we got in the chat, then we gonna go over who is on who in the free agency right now. Who in the free agent? Who gonna be an unrestricted free agent? If you think any of those, if you think any of those guys are worth offering a contract to, who in the free agency and who you think we should offer a contract to. So Dreddy say he did a lot to set us back. Who you talking about, Raheem? I think you talking about Raheem. You know where Raheem was. Southside say you know what Raheem was looking at when he saw Kirk out there, hurt Blakberry, not an injured Kirk. He saw $180 million and he gave out instead. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think we all knew that that it was gonna come down to if when we went. I don't know about y'all. I ain't gonna speak for y'all, but I voiced this too when Kirk Cousins was when they picked up Kirk Cousins. You got a guy coming off of a torn Achilles. This dude is statuesque as it is. This guy's 12 years in the league as it is statuesque. And he coming off a torn Achilles. And you finna give him $180 million and gonna guarantee him $100 million of it? I didn't. I knew it was if it came down to Kirk Cousins not looking like he himself, that they was gonna make the decision to keep him as the starter longer than they needed to. But what you hope is, you hope that your head coach, you hope that he got enough balls and enough nuts to be able to look the front office in their faces and say, I know I wanted them here, and I know I talked you into bringing them in, and I know the price tag, but we can't keep playing the motherfucker. Something's not right with him. We need to play the young buck. That's what you hope. That's what you hope you get out the head coach. You hope you get somebody that know how to stand on business and be able to stand on their own merit, stand on their own words, stand on their own morals, and have enough nuts to say, I was wrong. We can't keep playing them. We can't keep doing this. That's what you hope. Dreddy say off the blank on D-Day. Oh my goodness. Oh we. So I've been one to call out off the blank lately and talk about how, at some point we got to start holding the hirers, the employer. We got to start holding the employer accountable for doing a bad job in hiring the right staff to come in here and get this team into some winning culture. If we want a culture of winning, at some point we got to look at off the blank and say, when are you going to hire the right person, the right people to come in here and make these changes that we know are necessary for a team to start winning? A lot of people don't want to say off the blank name because they say, well, he's such a good dude and he does a lot for the city. The concessions at the stadium are so affordable. He's such a nice dude, and 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 really, he don't know a lot about football. It's a lot of he got people that he's supposed to count on to tell him about football. That's the whole fucking point. He ain't got the right people in his ear. That's what that means. If a motherfucker keep telling me, hey, Blakberry, if you turn right here, you gonna go straight into the warehouse and you gonna be good. And I keep turning right. But I don't never pay attention that I also turn left after I turn right. I don't never go straight into the warehouse. I always have to turn right and then left and then straight into the warehouse. But he don't tell me that. He tell me if I turn right here, I'm gonna go straight into the warehouse. But that never happens. If Rich McKay keep telling off the blame, do this, that, do this and that, and then he go ride his ass off over into something else that ain't got shit to do with football operations, because all he doing is giving his 2 cents and moving the fuck on and not taking accountability for the bullshit ass advice he been giving off the blank. That's off the blank fault. That's on Arthur. Because when is Arthur gonna say, nigga, stop fucking lying to me? Fuck you. You're a liar. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. But I keep listening to your stupid ass. Like, people might as well start talking about Beatles. Because Beatles ain't doing nothing but making sure that the money go where it's supposed to go and letting them motherfuckers know how much it is that was spent and how much it is that was saved and how much that you ain't gonna save and how much of a hole you're in. That's all his job is to do, is to keep the goddamn books. That's all. He don't make no decisions on staff or personnel. So this is on Arthur Blank all day long. When people gonna start holding him more accountable? The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Tap the link, man. This fan speak. This ain't Blakberry speak. I know y'all don't want to hear me talk all goddamn day, because y'all know I can talk. When I'm in this goddamn truck, I can talk, motherfucker. I talk all goddamn day. I talk to motherfucking ear off, motherfucker. Jordan Tate's boy say Rich McKay has been relieved of his duties prior to the season. See that? But see that what we talking about? It's like that every single season, bro. Every season, we he gonna tell Arthur some shit. Arthur gonna say, "All right, cool," and then Rich McKay gonna go off and ride off into the sunset to be focused on Atlanta United infrastructure or some bullshit like that, or Mercedes-Benz Stadium infrastructure. The fuck out of here. Jonte Rozier, he say, "Hey, Blakberry, I blame Arthur Blank. I think we draft player. Excuse me. I think we draft player based off of what he want us to bring in. In a sense, yes, because Arthur Blank doesn't want anybody that's gonna bring any negative attention to the franchise. He don't want anybody that's gonna bring negative attention to the organization. So when it comes to that, during the personality evaluation, during the draft process, when you interview these players, because that's a part of the interview process. You want to interview people and ask them questions based off of, and see what's their personality. How do they think? Is this somebody that's going to potentially one day bring drama to my organization based off how they answer these questions of morality? It's all a part of the interviewing process and the draft process. That's why, as an employer, Arthur Blank has to have the right people in place during these scouting events, during these recruiting events. They have to have the right people in place that know how to ask those questions. That's something he puts a lot of focus into. He makes sure that those people in the scouting teams understand that I don't want nobody that's going to be even relatively drama relatively drama driven. Not even a little bit. That's why if there was an opportunity for the Falcons to move up and get somebody like Travis Hunter at number 1 or number 2, he's gonna go number 1. If there was an avenue for that to happen, Falcons wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. If the Tennessee Titans said, "We'll give you our number 1 pick, we don't think we need a quarterback. We want somebody that we think our quarterback right now can use to make him a better quarterback and make him look good." They might say, "Give us Kyle Pitts. You give us Kyle Pitts and a 3rd round pick, we'll give you our 1st pick. Give us Kyle Pitts, a 2nd and a 3rd, and we'll give you our number 1 pick. And if I can go get Travis Hunter and this offense becomes one of the best fucking offenses you ever seen in your motherfucking life, with Bijan Robinson and Travis Hunter and Drake London and Michael Penix and Darnell Mooney. This become one of the best fucking offenses you ever seen in your motherfucking life with that personnel group." Falcons ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Travis Hunter invites too much attention because of his girlfriend / fiance. I guess she is fiance now. Because of his girlfriend and because Travis Hunter, he's in the social media life. He like that social media shit. The scouters they would advise Arthur Blank, Terry Fontenot, they would advise them not to make the damn trade. I truly believe that. Now that's speculation, but I truly believe that. Georgia Tech boys, he talking to Dante Rozier. Southside say, nah, Jay Rogers, when he was the Chargers lead, one of the worst run defensive lines in recent years, I believe. I don't recall, I don't remember, but something that I could tell, and this come from somebody that played on the defensive line, that somebody that came from that played the linebacker position. When the person when you don't like a coach's methods, his coaching methods, and this ain't got nothing to do with somebody yelling at you or cussing at you or putting their hands on you. This is all about the approach to understanding the fundamentals, the approach to understanding how to practice, and the approach and how to approach preparing for a game. If a position coach, and I'm speaking from a defensive standpoint or a defensive line standpoint or linebacker standpoint, but if we thinking about it at every position group, if the if a player doesn't like how the methods of a coach are, they not gonna get a all. Because the last person that the last person that I spoke to, the last person that I spoke to before I went out here and lined up, told me some bullshit that sound real. They sound like some straight bullshit. It sound like some straight bullshit. I'm trying to knife a motherfucker inside. This motherfucker telling me to line up on his outside shoulder. Why would I do that if I'm trying to knife inside? If I'm trying to knife inside, I'm trying to cloud that A gap. Why am I lining up on the outside shoulder? At most, at the least, I'm gonna line up over the fucking tackle. I mean the fucking guard. If I'm not playing nose, if I'm playing a two tech or something, or one tech, I'm gonna line up over the fucking guard, and I'm gonna knife inside. But if you're telling me to line up on the outside shoulder, and then we ain't even sliding to the protection, I don't want to listen to this motherfucker talk no more. Because he's setting me up for failure. He's setting me up to look like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And when I'm communicating, when I'm talking to my brothers on the line, slide left, slide right. Everybody looking at me like, why you telling us to do that? That motherfucker told us not to do no shit like that. I don't want shit to do with that motherfucker. That's why Jay Rogers ain't here. They didn't like that motherfucker methods. Georgia Tech boy said the Seattle and Denver game and the Minnesota game. He said 3 games. Southside 12 say that and the link is pinned in the chat. The link is pinned in the chat. Come talk your shit. This fan speak. This ain't Blakberry speak. Southside say the Tampa game, and Tampa also considering how many receivers were out for Baker in that game. Yeah, because even though we won that game, that's right. That game shouldn't even been close, bro. It shouldn't even been close. Georgia Tech boy say Jared Gray had a relationship with Hughes from Minnesota. He did, and he brought the best out of him. Dante Rozier say McKay wasn't here with Vegan off the blanket. Oh, he talking to Georgia Tech boy. Yeah, McKay been with the Falcons for a long time, y'all. Long fucking time. Off the blank drafted Vic. We got offense pretty much every year after Vic. Yeah, it's I think off the blank, I think he's an offensive fan. I think he loves offense. And I think Rich McKay is the same. I think they believe that the best defense is a great offense. And that may be the case if we doing the probability of throughout a season of when a great offense is going to be your best defense, as opposed to a defense hunkering down and keeping a and getting the offense off the field your so that your offense get another opportunity to win the game, as opposed to your offense just being able to match a team point for point, and you just need one stop. The probability of that is probably 17 games. I'm gonna say 4 to 8. A great offense ain't gonna. A great offense can get you. Hell, it's been so many. It's been so many fucking examples, man. It's been so many examples. A great offense will get you far, but when it comes to winning time, you need a defense that's gonna goddamn be able to make not just one stop, but to be able keep keep an offense off the field to give your offense time to get back in a game. If you ain't got a defense that can do that, that ain't about a great offense. That's about a good defense. We got Jay. What's that? How you say your name, Jay? Jay what?
Jay Holland.
Jay Holland. What's up with you, Jay Holland?
What's going on, big homie? How you doing? How you doing?
Ain't nothing to it, bro. What you
So
got for it, man?
I got an honestly question. I need everybody to answer this question honestly. Do we really need to draft an edge rusher in the first round?
Mm,
Do we really need to draft an edge rusher in the first round? That's an honest
what you
question.
think? What you think?
Honestly, I think we got some guys who can probably get to the quarterback that's already on this roster. Cause I hate to draft another guy in round one, and we got some guys on the team, and somebody growth might get stunted. Cause we seen at the back half of the season that we can get to the fucking quarterback. We
Mm-hmm.
proved that. I mean, good players can't overcome bad coaching. So we seen the second half of the season, we can get to the quarterback. It was just somebody was calling some weak defensive calls. So that's why I like, do we honestly need to draft a edge in the first round?
So you don't think it's a personnel issue? You think it's a strategy issue?
The whole entire last season was nothing but coaching issues for me.
You know what?
Coaching set this team back last year.
That's something I was screaming at without saying it in so many words from the
Mm,
mountaintops all season long. This is not a personnel issue. Every time somebody wanted to dog um Matthew
mm,
Judon or somebody wanted to dog Arnold Ebiketie, I was
mm,
like, listen, man, we saw AK making progress in 2023. We
right,
saw him take a step forward in 2023 in the latter part of that year. You trying to
right,
tell me that dude just forgot how to be a pass rusher? That ain't what it
correct,
is. And with Matthew Judon, is understanding where he at in his career. He ain't a drop back into the flats or linebacker no more. You got to tell Matthew Judon, listen, bro, you done got fat and slow. Put your hand in the dirt and do your best to get some damn pressure on the quarterback. That's what you tell him. But see, when you don't make the adjustments you need to make until you already behind the eight ball,
mm-hmm.
you turn out like Jimmy Lake. Fine. That's what
See,
happens. You turn
see,
out fine.
that's a question. Was Jimmy Lake actually running the damn show, or Raheem just wanted to save his ass?
So then what we know then. So let's talk about what we know.
Okay,
we know that Jimmy Lake was calling the defense. We know that.
Okay.
We know that Jimmy Lake is on the record for telling the press, like 2 games after the bye week, for telling the press that Raheem Morris's imprint on the new pass rush strategies were detrimental to the success we were finally having with getting sacks. When he goes on record to say that, what that tells me is that Jimmy Lake was running the defense.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what we know. But we also know that Jimmy Lake don't play off. He don't play off as much as Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris plays off more in the secondary than Jimmy Lake. We do know that. So
Right.
when we look, and we know that based off of doing film. So when we look at that, and we want to assume that Jimmy Lake is the one telling these guys to play off. I mean, Raheem Morris is telling these guys to play off. The reason why I challenged people on that was because I said, well, what do Jared Gray like to do? Because he's the one over the secondary. What does he like to do? Well, Jared Gray likes for these guys to be able to attack the ball and play space. That's why he got a Jesse Bates. That's why he got a Justin Simmons. That's why they like the offer, because they like somebody that can come up on the line and still be able to track the ball and play space close to the line of scrimmage. So when you have these aspects, then you want guys, you got guys that are good at doing what? Ball hawking. You got guys that are good at causing turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
So when you play off ball, you better your chances at attacking the ball in space. So now you better your chances at getting turnovers. When you playing man, it's not as easy to get, and it's not easy. I ain't saying it's easy to get it playing that way, but it's not as easy to get turnovers playing man. It's just not. It's easier to deflect balls. It's easier to take a man out of the play. But as far as getting turnovers, it's not as easy when you allow an offense to think they got room and opportunity when really you closing in on it. You finna take it away when they least expect it. That's what Jesse Bates does well. That's what Justin Simmons does well. So the secondary playing off, what it did was it opened opportunity for the safeties to be able to play space and attack the ball and create turnovers. The same thing for the linebackers dropping back into coverage in zones. So that's why we played off so much. It ain't necessarily because that's the scheme that Raheem Morris likes to do. It's because Jared Gray he likes for his secondary group to be able to get turnovers.
Okay.
Jair Alexander in Green Bay, Jair Alexander don't play up a lot. He plays up, but not a lot. Jair
Mm-hmm.
Alexander is great at taking you away. He take the sideline away, and he plays space better than most corners in the league. That's why Jair Alexander and Jared Gray was the perfect marriage up there in Green Bay. So when I look at that, I'm not looking at it as, well, whose scheme was it? It wasn't about the scheme. It was about what they were. It was about what they were trying to accomplish in the turnover battle. And you might not have liked it. We wasn't getting sacks, but we was winning football games, and we was getting turnovers. We was keeping teams out of the end zone, playing that style of defense. When the turnover stopped, which coincidentally was around the same time that damn Kirk Cousins started falling off a fucking cliff. That's when it was time to make an adjustment. When you go back and look at the post game interviews with Raheem, he would say it's effective to what we want. He'll say something like that with them playing off ball. That's because that effectiveness was getting turnovers. That was the effect they were trying to get. But when that effect wasn't being effective anymore, you had to make adjustments. So we started getting the sacks, but then we saw the secondary. We saw them start to look a little out of sorts, because now you're telling them to do something different than what they was doing for a whole 10 games into the season. See what I mean?
Okay, I get it. I get you. But then some of that shit, what you having them change, that shit looking embarrassing.
Hmm.
That Minnesota, that secondary is embarrassing.
Yeah,
That shit was horrible.
yeah.
And then we let the Saints sign a guy that been on the roster for 48 hours and kept them in the game.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
man, right. I low key fan. I do not like this dude as a coach. Like, dude is trash. I'm
As a head
sorry,
coach, yeah,
bro. Buddy is
I get it.
trash.
I get it. See, with Raheem is like this. A successful Raheem is a Raheem Morris that has an offensive coordinator
Mm-hmm.
who's gonna be good enough to get the team. Let me rephrase this. He got an offensive coordinator that's gonna be good enough to get a head coaching job soon. That's what Raheem Morris needs.
Raheem,
Because
I'm listening.
because his defenses with him as a head coach, they're going to be predicated on whether or not him and the defensive coordinator can be truthful with one another and open with one another. Because I don't think that was the case with Jimmy Lake. Jimmy Lake, he was a yes man. And I don't like saying that the way other fans say it, but you gotta be a yes man, so to speak. But what I think people are liking about Uber, even though a lot of people don't like us rehiring him,
Uh-huh.
at least he's going on record for saying he don't always agree with Raheem, but they find a way to come in the middle and meet in the middle. So what that tells you is they're good at coming to a resolution about how they want to approach a game and the scheme that they're gonna draw up for that game. So with Jimmy Lake, you just knew that he was just saying, yes, Mr. Raheem. Yes, sir. Whatever you say, Mr. Raheem. Because Jimmy Lake, he walking on eggshells, man. The dude got fired from Washington for putting hands on a player during the game on TV.
Damn,
Cause
I
we
ain't
ain't
know
gonna.
that shit.
That's why he got fired from Washington. He
But
pushed
then
the he
that should fall back on Raheem. Knowing you got another chance at head coach, why are you bringing these unexperienced ass coordinators in here?
inexperienced play callers at this level. But everybody got to get their shot, right? So
I got you.
you don't know what somebody gonna be till they get the opportunity. So when it comes to him choosing a defensive coordinator, it would have been okay him choosing a defensive coordinator that hasn't been a DC before, but you at least want somebody that done had play calling duties, or they've had uh uh passing game defense coordinating duties. Something along the line of where they come up with the game plan for that day, for that game,
Right.
for a game. Jimmy Lake didn't have these responsibilities when he was with Raheem in LA. He didn't have those responsibilities. So, and when he was in Washington, hell, he got fired, from being a head coach because he pushed a player. He was pushing the player out of the way of getting in a referee's face. He wasn't doing
Uh-huh.
it maliciously, but it looked malicious, and it's NCAA. That's technically, I mean, they not children, but technically they still are under their parents. You know,
I
they
got
still children in a sense, so you can't do shit like that on TV because we know it happened in practices. I mean, hell, what the fuck? It's football, but you just can't do it. Washington fired him for it. So this dude already walking on eggshells because he know his opportunities are not limited, and he got to stay under the right umbrella to continue to get opportunities because he already done been fired from one place for doing some shit he ain't had no business doing. So he a yes man. This dude just gonna say yes to what the fuck ever. He gonna do whatever. It's why I didn't like them hiring this dude. I don't know. First of all, we don't know enough about him. He hadn't been outside of the Washington area his whole career until he went to the Los Angeles Rams. He hadn't been out the Washington area at all. And even with LA, he ain't left the West Coast. So when This dude, for me, it was like, man, where is his pedigree yet? We don't know what he's about. There's too many question marks with him. And he ain't had play calling dudes before at this level. I don't like it. That's the indictment on Raheem Morris. You getting a second opportunity at this, and you choosing a motherfucker to come in here and be a goddamn a project defensive coordinator? That's stupid. That was dumb. And the only reason why it's working okay right now with Robinson, with Zach Robinson, is because Zach Robinson at least showed you that he can come up with some shit that looks authentic.
I think he just getting he hiding behind great players. That's what I'm thinking. Cause I don't like some of his
I
play
think so too.
calling.
Yeah,
Why the fuck we doing jet sweeps with Drake London?
shit that
That
don't make
shit
sense.
just so irritating to watch. I like, do you low key
Yeah,
a trash OC, but we just got talent that overlooks it.
that's it. That's it. You right about that. I agree with that 100%. And cause we was calling that out during the season. Why we keep running up these same goddamn play to get the ball in the Bijan hand? These damn defense see this shit coming a mile away.
A mile away. Just thank God Dijon just a hell of a running back that can make something work, make something out of
Right,
nothing.
right.
And yes, I
But you
think
want to run the motherfucker into the ground before you know what?
it's
I mean, cause
crazy.
it's crazy. You got Tyler Algier that can do because he can't do it at the magnitude that Bijan does it at, and he ain't as shifty as Bijan, not by a long shot.
Right,
But Tyler Algier is athletic enough to do everything that Bijan is doing for you, strategy wise. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can block. He can run the ball. He run like a goddamn demon. He can do it all.
right,
So why don't you give more workload to Tyler Algier, and that way you're not running Bijan into the ground. Also, if you run the same shit you run with Bijan with Tyler Algier, defenses don't know what the fuck is coming.
right. I got
But
I
if
got I got another
go ahead.
part. I got another part to add to that. Some people might not like what I'm finna say. Why why the fuck we don't get Cal Pitts more involved early?
Oh,
Cause I see us will take this nigga out the whole game, make 2 or 3 catches, and you never see this man again.
hey,
Like we drawing plays up for Ray Ray, but goddamn, we got this 6'4" running some dude over here. We can't draw up no plays for him. People say
so
what they
this is
want, yeah, dude
so then what
lazy
happened?
and all, but boy still can play.
He and I don't think he's lazy on purpose. I think he's a complacent player,
Mm-hmm.
and because I just think that's just what it looks like. He gets complacent in what he in the flow of things. But this is what happened. Up until the Saints game, we saw Kyle Pitts get targets. He was getting targeted.
Right,
He was getting catches. He was getting targets and catches leading up to that second Saints game. What happened was this. In that Saints game, not just in the Saints game, let's go back. Let's go back before that. I can't remember these games without going back to them. But we remember the play where he stops halfway in a route
uh,
and the ball goes sailing over his head. If he keeps running, he run under that motherfucker.
uh,
He also got the game in Tampa when he lollygagging and he fumbled that goddamn ball. But luckily enough, the damn camera angle wasn't good enough for them to overturn it from being a touchdown. They had already called it a touchdown when he
okay.
was crossing the goal line. He had another game in the Detroit game. Was it Detroit? Not Detroit. When we didn't play Detroit. Who was that
About the
we was playing?
Washington, where he should have caught the ball and came and ended up being a pick. That one.
Oh, But that was after week 10, wasn't it? That was after
Oh,
week
yeah,
10.
that was second to the last game down there.
Yeah, that was after week 10. But
Uh,
he had another game where he doing a deep dig and he gets off good. He gets off the snap good, but when he go
mhm.
into the break, he stops. He stops and literally jogs the goddamn cut, and the ball go flying past him. If he come out the cut good and run in the cut, runs out of the cut, runs out of the dig is why it's called a dig. If he runs out of it, he catch that ball. He probably take that. He probably carry dude the safety on it back into the damn end zone. So what happened was he got caught slipping. And when you get caught slipping from your quarterback lose trust in you. So even when you wide the fuck open, guess what? He ain't even looking at you because it's in the back of his head that this dude probably ain't even running his route. Let me see what else going on out here. I'm gonna skip over my second look and go straight to my third, which is most of the time Ray McCloud. So what Ray McCloud is good at doing is what? Getting the fuck open. It's not that you drawing up plays for Ray. It's that when a quarterback going through his reads, he's seeing Ray is fucking open.
I think this offense gonna miss Kyle Pitts if he leave.
You say what?
I think this offense gonna miss Kyle Pitts' presence if he leave.
His presence?
Yep.
I think. Let me ask you this: why do you think they're gonna miss his presence?
Shit, a lot of people have eyes on Kyle Pitts when that tight end university day, whatever that day was, Kyle Pitts went out. Regardless of Kyle Pitts run lazy sloppy routes, what people might call his loafing, you still got to worry about that motherfucker. Cause he can take the top out quick when he feel like it. If we missing that presence, who the hell gonna have to replace that motherfucker?
So when I go back and look at the tape,
He had like 700 yards this year,
yeah.
which is hella good for a tight end.
Let me tell you something. If my tight end producing that, I'm happy. I'm happy with that production.
Right?
You see what I'm saying? I'm not like the rest of the fan base.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
not the rest of the fan base, but I'm not like a lot of the fan base that's saying that Kyle Pitts didn't produce enough for us. Now,
Okay.
do I think it's been a lot of moments in games where they should have went to him and they didn't? Yes. Do I think it's been moments in games where they did go to him and he fucked up? Yes. But do I think that he ain't produced? No. I know he's produced because the numbers tell me that. But I also know most of that production came pre-week 10. That I know. After week 10, there's a big fault, there's a big drop off. And
Mm-hmm.
people can try to say, well, it's because teams are doubling him and keeping a safety over him most of the time. When I go back and look at the tape, not as much as you think. They
Mm-hmm.
really not as much as you think. Drake London and Darnell Mooney was ripping motherfucking defenses up the
Yep.
first 2 quarters of this damn season. They was
Yeah.
ripping their asses up. Teams stopped doing single high safety and started going to a cover two defense playing two safeties high. You do not have to double to send a point to an offense that we finna take the top away. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to do your business underneath. You don't have to double somebody to do that. You just got to keep two safeties high. That's all you got to do. That's why when 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 they would when Tyler Jill would get in the game,
Mm-hmm.
if they move a safety up, that's the best opportunity to get Tyler Algier involved in the passing game. Because now you making defenses get back. They got to play honest. Whether or not he in the game or not, you got to keep two safeties high. Because I'm gonna play action that motherfucker out the backfield. I'm gonna hit him up the seam. I'm gonna play action them out the backfield. I'm gonna hit them on a goddamn on in the flats. You're going to have to keep two safeties high. I'm not going to be predictable to where you can just see what the personnel group is, and now you can bring somebody down in the box. If you're limiting your range, you're limiting what you can do on offense. That's the indictment on Zach Robinson in that case.
Mm-hmm.
But with Kyle Pitts, and I digressed a little bit. With Kyle Pitts, he lost trust in his quarterback. I don't know why it's so hard for people to realize that. He got caught slipping a few times, and his quarterback lost trust in him. It don't mean that he still wasn't valuable to the offense. It still don't mean he wasn't defenses wasn't still putting focus on him. Well, why they stop throwing the ball? Because I just told you. He got caught slipping and his quarterback lost some trust in him. So when he got a new quarterback, when he got Michael Penix, now he got an opportunity for a fresh start with a new quarterback. What's the first thing that motherfucker do? He fumbled the ball into the defense hands.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I was mad at bitch at that part. That motherfucker had me hot. I was hotter than fish grease.
yeah.
Yeah,
And in that
but
wait a
but
minute though, but in that what game was that? Was that
that,
Washington?
I think
No,
that
that
was the
wasn't Washington.
Washington game.
Was that Washington?
Uh huh.
What
That's
about
that. That
in
same
the
Washington game when Michael Penix was going to him early, he was going off. Then they took him out down there, so it's the second half and put fucking Charlie Warner non-route running ass out there in red zone and like what the fuck?
and see, I don't let me tell you why I didn't have an issue with that. Because what I just said with Tyler Algier. You want to make defenses think that no matter what personnel group I got in here, I'm still capable of running anything on your ass. A lot of people think when Warner in the game, we finna run the ball. Warner is capable of catching the ball. He ain't gonna give you a lot of yak, but he capable of catching the ball. I want defense to think that no matter who's in this game, they can still throw the ball on us. They can run it or they can throw it. They can do whichever one. The problem is when the play calling starts to get so predictable that even when you try to switch it up, you done this one thing so many times that it really don't fucking matter. The execution not gonna be there because you done got the offense so used to running the same generic bullshit time and time again.
Ugh, I hate Zach Robinson.
It's vanilla. It's fuck.
Vanilla as hell.
So I mean, but when it comes to Kyle Pitts, bro, listen. Kyle Pitts can still be exactly what a lot of people want him to be. But what we got to understand is when it comes to him being 1,000-yard tight end,
We don't need that shit.
having 15 plus touchdowns a season, we don't need him to do that.
We don't need that shit.
We don't need him to do that. What we need him to do is to block better. He's not a bad blocker. He's gotten better, but we need him to block better. And we need him to continue. We need him to give maximum effort whenever the camera's on. Whenever we looking at him, we need maximum effort. And and folks can mention me with that. So you trying to tell me he lollygag on every play? That ain't what the fuck I said. What I said was he got caught slipping. So when you get caught slipping, motherfuckers gonna lose trust in you. Now, if he was lollygagging in a goddamn route and the ball went to somebody else and the quarterback never looked at him, guess what? He can think to himself, shit, I was slipping on that play. Let me go out here and run hard on
Yep.
this one.
Yeah.
But when you get caught in the act, motherfucker, you caught.
I mean, that's football. People get caught
It,
slipping a lot.
they
Shit
get caught
happens.
slipping a lot. It happens.
Shit happens.
And when and when you and some of these folk claim they played quarterback before. Well, if you really played quarterback, then you know if you see a motherfucker slipping every time, that motherfucker fuck up every time you throw him the goddamn ball. He lollygagging in a route. He's slipping on a play. You ain't gonna keep looking his way.
Nah.
Now, if the play drawed up for him, that's one thing. But if it's a play where he ain't the first look, you going to read one and you going to read two, he gonna be your last fucking read. And when it come to Ray McCloud, Ray was getting open. It's simple as that. You can't put it no better way. He gets open. If Cordell Hodge go out there and get open the way Ray was, Cordell Hodge and could catch is a little bit better. He'll get the same goddamn treatment. When a quarterback trusts that he can throw you the ball and you ain't gonna put the ball in harm's way by lollygagging on a route, you not gonna drop the ball or fumble the ball into the defense's hands, you'll get the ball thrown your motherfucking way. It's simple as that. I watched play where Kyle Pitts was butt naked, wide the fuck open. Wasn't double covered or single covered. Kurt didn't even look at him because he done already lost some of that trust. Also, Kurt, he going through his own bullshit at the time in his head.
Man, fuck Kurt. Fuck that nigga, man. Fuck him, man.
Hey, Jay
So,
Holland, we gonna do something real quick though.
uh-huh.
All right, so I got the list of unrestricted free agents right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the list, and before I do that, anybody in the chat, the link is pinned in the chat. If you want to come on and join the show, I'm gonna be on for shit. I might be on by another hour. Shit, I don't know, but you come on the show, you talk about it with me and Jay Holland. Jay Holland, he came on. He got some nuts by this. He came on. He don't give a fuck.
Not at
He
all.
came on and he want to talk his shit. This fan speak. This ain't Blakberry speak. Y'all hear me talk too goddamn much. But I'm gonna go down the list of unrestricted free agents, and you tell me if you think the Falcons should offer them a contract to come back. We not necessarily if they should meet another team's offer, but if
Uh-huh.
you think it's at least worth offering them a contract.
10-4. Let's get
Lorenzo Carter.
Man, I'm gonna let you touch the waters on that one, but I'm gonna let you go on wild, bro. Touch the
he
waters.
first on the goddamn list.
Touch the waters,
Oh
boss.
no, I wouldn't offer him a contract.
I'm gonna let him touch the
I wouldn't.
water.
Yeah,
I ain't
I
offering
wouldn't
that.
do it. Drew
Next.
Dalman.
Yeah. I'm a try my best, but I don't want to break the bank on you. If I can find you a decent contract, will you cool enough with that without breaking the bank? Hell yeah, to the max. I got to keep my center with my young quarterback. So hell yeah.
I agree. I'm offering Drew Dalman a max center contract. Whatever center's getting paid, I'm giving it to Drew Dalman. I'm giving it to him. And
10
it's
first.
real funny. It's real funny how a lot of people like Drew Dalman now when just a year and a half ago, folks were ready to ship his ass off. It's
Yes,
real
thanks to
funny.
Arthur Smith. Thanks to Arthur Smith.
Mm-hmm. Ross Dwelly. I can't never say that
Yes.
motherfucking name right.
Yeah, he can
Tight
go
end.
and go. He can go and go. I can get a tight
Yeah.
end in late rounds or undrafted free agent tight end.
Yeah, I ain't fucking with him. Taquan Graham.
Oh,
Yeah,
he can
interesting
go
one.
to. I think he can go to Taquan. That's my boy from Texas. Yeah, yeah. I meant to let you walk too. You had a lot
Uh,
of opportunities. You ain't really do too much when we had it when we gave it to you.
I'd offer him something. If he don't take it, I'm letting him go.
Okay.
I'd offer him to stick around for about $4 million. If he'll take four on a matter of fact, I take that back. I offer him 2.5 for 1 year with conditions. If he can get like if he can get 6 sacks and get about 35 solo tackles, 35 solos, 6 sacks, he'll get another two. So I offer 2.5 with conditions.
What's some
Now,
incentives in there? I
Yeah,
got
Will
you on
Smith
that.
sent him. If he don't take it, fuck him. Richie Grant.
Hell nah. I'm letting him go to shit. Rich can walk. He can go with Lorenzo Carter, dog. Go and test the waters.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. I ain't offering Richie shit. Eddie Goldman.
That's that old motherfucker who kept coming back and retiring, coming back and retiring.
Yeah,
Nah, we good.
two
I'm good
times
on
did
him
he
too.
did he did it 2 times.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good on him too. I'm good. I'm good. We got some young bulls. We good on you.
I like Eddie Goldman, man. I don't like what he with all that back and forth shit with him retiring and coming back and retiring. But and I do think he actually didn't play bad this past season, but I wouldn't offer him no contract to come back. It's time to move on.
Ain't
It's
he
time to
old
move
ain't no
on
way?
from him. Eddie, yeah, he 31.
Yeah, ain't no point of bringing you back,
Yeah,
Jack. Ain't no
yeah,
point.
he 31. I ain't offering him nothing. He don't play a big he don't make a big enough difference on that line when it come to run defense. He don't make a big enough difference for me to offer him anything at 31. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like Mr. Medical, but nah. And Antonio Hamilton Sr.
Hell yeah, he can go and go. Walk
Yeah, yeah,
fast. Ain't that the game
get
when he
boy,
came in with Tampa
skip
Bay
your ass on.
and they kept killing him? What was that Mike
Yeah,
Evans was killing his? Yeah, gone,
yeah,
walk. We don't need you, boss.
yeah. Everybody picked. He got picked on every time he was in the game.
Yeah, we
Every
don't
single
need
time.
that. We don't need you here.
Damone Harris.
Man, I'm coming back. I'll bring you back on something cheap as hell. But that, I'll let you out. I think I'll let you out.
Yeah.
If we come back, I'm gonna bring you something dirt cheap. That, I'll let you out. Test the waters.
Mm.
Got you over there thinking.
Yeah, cause I'm thinking about it. There were he had some moments where he did make a few plays, little few splash plays here and there.
hmm
I would offer him. I would offer him the minimum contract that a defensive tackle. I would look at who's the who's the least expensive defensive tackle in the league that plays at least 10 games a season, and
hmm
I would offer him that and do
Yeah,
the
right.
same thing I would do with him the same thing I would do with who that I said I with Taquan Graham. I do the same thing with him that I do with Taquan Graham. Like, hey, if you can do this, that, and the other, we'll give you another couple $1 million at the end of
Yeah.
the
Some
season.
some incentives. Well, all right, so I
Yeah,
bring it back on something cheap, but if you don't like it, all right, then it was nice knowing you.
yeah, bounce. Cordero Hodge.
Yep, for sure. I gotta bring you back for sure. I can't let you test that water. I ain't finna break the bank. I ain't gonna overpay you.
Yeah, Cordero 30 years old too.
Yeah. So he shouldn't be expensive to bring back.
I agree. I offer him something to come back. I think Cordell would take as long as it ain't something that's as long as they don't offend them with an offer, with something like $1 million for 1 year. If they
He,
don't, long as they don't offend them with some bullshit like that, I think he'll take whatever and come back just because he don't want to be nowhere else.
yeah. Like you said, I put some incentives in there.
Yeah. Mike Hughes.
Shit. Yeah, I might have to bring Mike back. I kind of like the Then too, he was kind of on some bullshit a lot as well. Like shit. Oh, Mike, that was tough right there. Shit.
He'll interesting one.
Yeah.
I'd offer him some. I'd offer him some.
Yeah,
If the
I offer
average
you
number
some.
2, yeah, if the average number 2 getting like Is the average number 2 getting like 8 mil a year or 6 mil a year or something like that? I offer him 4 over the next 2 years.
That's understandable. I fuck with it.
I don't,
I throw some
yeah, I,
incentives on there on interceptions or some shit like that.
yeah, yeah,
Hey, bro,
yeah.
you
If you
catch 6 of these, you get like a $2-3 million bonus or some shit.
oh, shit
Some shit I
6,
know
that's
you might not get, but I
yeah,
throw it in there.
yeah, 6. Yeah, because if you say 4, then he might be licking his chops at that. But if you say
Yeah,
6,
about
he might,
6.
oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'd offer Mike Hughes some, man, because I think even though he is, I mean he can tend to get hurt, but I think last year was his most available year in his
Mm-hmm.
career, and for like I said, the first couple quarters of the year, he looked like he was our number 1 corner, and AJ looked like the number 2.
Yeah, this shit
So
switch fast as hell.
it did. He got hurt, and then he came back, and just you could tell he went all the way right. But I don't know, man. I I think Mike Hughes can replicate a lot of what he did last year
Yeah, I'll bring him back.
with Jared Gray. I bring him back. Matthew Judon.
Man, I'm so up in the air. It's like I want to bring you back, but then too, I don't want to see this motherfucking coverage no more.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to see him cover shit. I don't
Like I
want to
want.
see him cover his face.
Shit, don't even cover the bed, nigga. We just rush
Yeah.
the quarterback. Like I want to break, I really do, cause I hate that we traded you for a fucking third round and it didn't work out. We already in, we hell in the draft as it is, ain't got no picks. So I look keep bringing him back. Be on some veteran shit and shit. I know the boy can ball, so yeah, I bring him back
Uh, Southside, you say is Jay Holland related to safety Javon Holland from the Dolphins? If so,
from the Dolphins.
tell him to
No, he went to
come down.
TCU. Yeah, yeah, I'm from Dallas. You know, you went to TCU. That's in Fort Worth.
Hey, he might be some relation, man. It
Hey,
just might be. You need to go to your last time you been to a family reunion.
whew, it been a minute.
Yeah, yeah. See, you see, hey, boy, you might have some untapped goddamn prime real estate you ain't tapped into yet, boy.
Sheesh,
Might want to look
sound
into that.
good.
Yo, sound good. Yeah,
Sound good, motherfucker. Though.
sound good. All right, what we got? Kevin. What we talking about?
Hold on.
Judon.
You ain't answer that. I don't think you answered that.
Yeah.
Would you bring Judon back?
Oh man.
Yeah, there we go. Mixed emotions.
Yeah, very much so. I wouldn't bring him. I wouldn't offer him anything. I let him. I let him test the waters in free agents. Um.
What if he willing to come back and don't want a lot of money?
What this what I would do. I would have that conversation with him. If I'm Terry Fontenot, I would have that conversation with him. Him and Raheem Morris. I had that conversation with him like, hey, listen, we gonna let you go talk to some teams. We're gonna let you test the waters out there in free agency. Or you don't like what you hear, or don't nobody come to you, don't nobody approach you for nothing. Um, hey, we'll be glad to have you back if you're willing to come on a team friendly deal.
Okay.
But he also got to be willing to understand that this is basically going to be a mentorship role that you finna play, because we need these young boys to come up. So if you thinking you finna stat pack, that ain't what you here to do. We here to get you to get these young boys up that we trying to get acclimated to the game.
It
That
ain't no
that
point in
that's
bringing him back then. I can bring somebody to do that for the cheap.
yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like,
Okay.
if it ain't on a team friendly deal, nah.
Nah, okay,
Uh-uh.
man. Ain't no point. Ain't no point. So that's a no for you. I got you.
That's a no.
I
Yeah.
I got you.
Kevin King. Nah, he fuck. I know we ain't offering him shit. Hey, I answer that for you. Yeah, that
Yeah, nah,
Rondale
nah.
Moore.
Rondell Moore. I get him and what's kind of confused. That's the one who got hurt, right?
Yeah, that one got hurt. Yeah,
I have to bring him back on something cheap just because I ain't get to see what you can do.
yeah. And he young. He 24.
Because when he was beating out what when he beat out Mooney during the training camp,
I ain't gonna
I
say
think
who
he
was
just
beating them out, but they was definitely going at it though. They because they was both putting on the show in practice. Yeah,
so, see. I have to bring you back on some small this off that. Like, okay, we seen what he did this year. You tell him you were going head to head with him, the training camp, and you was holding your own, and you fast as fuck. Yeah, I have to bring him back. I for sure have to bring him back.
yeah, yeah. I'm bringing them back. Hold on, real quick. I got to do something real quick. There's somebody calling me. I just told this person not to call. I told them not to call, and they calling anyway. Let me get my audio. Let me get my audio back right. Okay. Can you hear me good, Jay Holland? You can hear me good.
Yeah. You good?
All right. I want to do something real quick.
Okay.
Let me look up Rondell Moore's 40.
Well, then was 40. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. Pull this up real quick. Damn, what kind of password you got on your iPad? What am I?
All right. So that boy ran a 4.29. Get Georgia Tech boy here. Georgia Tech boy, what happening, man?
What happening? What happening? What happening?
Shit.
What happened?
Call me.
You ain't been in the back too long, have you?
No, no. I was in the back and then I got out. Then I just jumped back in.
Oh, okay, good. I'm going in and out the screen,
Can,
so
can y'all hear me? I just
you
had a
then I
phone
ain't want to
call come
miss.
through.
So Rondell Moore ran a 4.29, and he's 24 years old. You
If you
goddamn
can't,
right I offered this boy a contract to come back.
if you can't re-sign Rondell Moore, look at Corey Brooks out of Louisville. Played for Alabama. The boy
I'm
stank.
on YouTube.
That speed, crazy.
You sound muffled. You sound muffled, Jay Holly. You sound muffled.
I'm going leave and come back in because I just had a phone call to come through. I'm finna leave and come back in.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Georgia Texas boy.
What happened?
While we going down this list, before we go down this list, you got some input you want to put on it real quick
Mm,
before we go down the
when it
rest of
comes
that list.
when it comes to our free agents, it's just some of them. I feel like it's time. Lorenzo Carter. I love Lorenzo Carter. He a dog, but he ain't did nothing like he did that first year. That first year, boy had fumble recovery for touchdowns, interceptions, sacks, and it just been
You
dwindling every
sound a
year.
little you sound a little muffled, Georgia Texas boy. You sound a little muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. It just sounds a little muffled.
Oh man, oh,
Let me see what y'all
I'm
going.
gonna do it.
What y'all got going on in the chat? What y'all got going on in the chat? Corey Gill Fire, what's up with you, boy? He say make room for the young dudes. Judon gotta go. I feel you. I feel you, Corey Gill Fire. Especially if he ain't trying to come back on a team friendly deal. Especially if he ain't trying to come back on a team friendly deal. Storm Norton, offensive lineman. So Storm Norton, unrestricted free agent. See, I think a lot of people going into this season thinking that we ain't got no work to do on the offensive line, but we kind of do. We kind of got a little work to do because if somebody fall off, we need guys like Storm Norton who we were accustomed to have plug in at the guard or tackle position, and we still went out there and was a top 5 offensive line with the new with the next guy ups. Storm Norton was one of those next guy ups that we was able to keep the ball rolling with and not skip a beat. So I would offer Storm Norton something, but I got a feeling there's gonna be some teams coming after Storm Norton with some money. Not they ain't gonna pay him no big money, but they probably gonna offer him something more than what the Falcons willing to offer. It might be some teams out there that want to do that. It just might be some teams out there want to do that. But I would offer him something. I would offer him something though. We're gonna bring Jay Holland and George Test Boy back in. I got y'all back. Y'all good now?
Yeah, you can hear me? I sound better?
Yes, much
All
better.
right.
Yes.
Damn, last thing I remember we was talking about Rondell Moore on his 40.
Yeah, he ran a 4.29.
How about bring that motherfucker back? Yeah, no question asked. It ain't gonna be expensive, but he coming back off an injury. Yeah.
Corey Brooks out of Louisville, we can get him in the fifth round. And that boy fast.
Who is? Say his name one more time.
Corey Brooks out of Louisville. He used to play for Alabama.
He
Let
saying
me go.
somebody out of Louisville. You still sound muffled. He
Let
saying
me.
somebody out of Louisville though.
I can go on draft buzz. They'll have some little shit on them.
Jay Holland, you good. Georgia Tech boy sound a little muffled.
What about now?
There you go. You must have
Oh,
been on
there you go.
headphones or something. Yeah, you sound great.
Yeah.
Okay. D dang headphones.
Yeah. Now, what was his name again?
Ja'Cory Brooks.
Ja'Cory
He,
Brooks.
he played for Louisville this year, but a few years back, he played for Alabama.
Okay. Well, he a speedster.
Fast. That boy fast.
Yeah. I would love to have a fast motherfucker.
We can get him in the 5th or 6th round.
Let me see. I'm trying to search him. Search. But yeah, I for sure bring I'll bring more there. I'll bring him back for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna offer Rondell Moore something. Yeah. But what about Storm Norton?
Shit.
See, Storm, I
If we
don't
don't
know.
get Drew Dallman back, I have to go to him.
The only reason I say I don't know on Storm Norton because we just signed 2 centers to future reserve contracts. So I feel like one of them could replace Norton if we don't re-sign Dahlman.
Well, Norton can play. He can play the guard too.
I'm bringing his
Yeah,
ass
but
back.
so can the two because right now we got Gwen and then we got a guy last name Cindric. Gwen can play guard and center. The Cindric dude from West Virginia, I think he's just a center.
So you land Storm Norton walk.
I ain't letting that happen.
But you got. I mean, yeah, no, because the center position for a starter, we could pay $6 to $10 million to get Dahlman back. A starting center ain't making that much in the league.
But shit. You know, our pockets kind of
Man,
we a little broke.
all we got to do is move 2 players and we straight. Either extend or release Grady and release David Onyemata, and we got $13 million right there.
Yeah,
And that's $13 million to spend. That's the $11 million already been made up.
okay. That's hindsight.
And
But yeah,
Blakberry, what you were saying about Travis Hunter earlier, the only way I get Travis Hunter is we're going to put him at cornerback.
damn, Blakberry gone.
Y'all can't hear me.
Oh, there we go. We hear you now.
Probably because I went off the screen. But so
Okay.
Creed Humphrey, what you just said about Travis Hunter. So you wouldn't want him at receiver. You want him at corner.
No. Oh no, Travis Hunter, he fast. He can do everything a wide receiver can do. I'm putting him at cornerback. That's who I'm gonna use to go up against Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Odell Beckham. I'm using Travis Hunter.
I feel you on that. For me, it's either or, because I think the boy is phenomenal at either position. But that's a damn good argument for him being a corner in the league, because
think about it. We don't even need him to be number one. And that's the thing about Travis Hunter. If a team draft Travis Hunter where they already got a number one cornerback, it's over with. Let Travis Hunter go to the Jets. Let Travis Hunter go to the Broncos. Let Travis Hunter go to the Patriots, because the Patriots got Christian Gonzalez. Mm-hmm. Let Travis Hunter go somewhere where they already got a cornerback. It's over with. Cleveland. Travis Hunter and Denzel Ward.
You think Denzel Ward gonna still be in Cleveland?
Me personally,
especially if they get Travis Hunter.
Hell yeah. Why not? You got Denzel Ward, Travis Hunter, and Greg Newsome. Outside corners at my nickels.
I'm looking at the contracts. I'm looking at the money.
But think about it. If that's the case, I'm finna make Travis Hunter the best nickel back in the league. Browns already got 2 cornerbacks.
I'm just looking at the money, because
the money don't matter. The cap go up every year. Money don't matter.
Yeah, it ain't going up that goddamn much though. It ain't going up that much. You got a lot of guys getting paid, getting broke off in Cleveland, man. And like a part of the reason why they really need to be counting their blessings with Myles Garrett asking for a trade is because you better be goddamn happy he willing to goddamn leave, and you can try to free up that goddamn money.
Think about it. Folks out here crying about this Kirk Cousins $27 million.
But if they
$27 million want to make Kirk Cousins top 15.
If they free up Denzel Ward, if they free up that contract too, they free that money up too. They can finally get back ahead of that
if they free up Denzel Ward, I'd rather get Denzel Ward than Myles Garrett. Honestly, if they come out right now and say we want to get rid of Denzel Ward, I'm trying everything in my power to put Denzel Ward with AJ Terrell. That's a star-studded secondary group. That's star-studded.
I do that all day, every day.
I do it all goddamn day. Now I ain't gonna say I would rather have Denzel Ward than Myles Garrett, but if it came down to Denzel Ward or Myles Garrett, and we can't get Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward is definitely gonna make.
We ain't getting Myles Garrett unless we give a 3 first-round draft pick.
Ain't one.
But Myles Garrett also said
it ain't gonna be 3 first.
He said he want to play on a team that they have a chance to win a championship. So we ain't getting him.
Myles Garrett gonna end up going to the 49ers or the Cowboys.
It really ain't up to him where he go. It's up to it's up to the team.
I thought he demanded a trade.
He demanded a trade, but do he got control over where he go?
Yes, I can sit out. I don't have to play for Cleveland. I'm still gonna get my money regardless. It's guaranteed.
He can sit out. He can sit out, but he don't control where he go. He can sit out, but it's not like how it was with Tom Brady. Well, Tom went into free agency, but it's not like how it was with who somebody that had a choice of going where they wanted to go. It was somebody, I can't think of who it was.
That shit's gonna be just like Kirk Cousins. You're gonna talk, and then at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins is gonna lift that trade clause he want to start. Because just like Terry Fontenot said, $37 million, we still winning because our rookie quarterback on a rookie deal. We still winning. We still ain't paying $40-50 million for a quarterback.
I still make his ass sit on the bench.
Exactly. I'll make Kirk Cousins' ass ride the bench.
I'll make you sit on the bench. Just because I know your ego want to start, I'll make you sit. We was already looking to take that cut anyway.
See, folks think this right here like Russell Wilson in Denver. No, see, in Denver, Russell Wilson had leverage because he already played there for a year or two. Kirk Cousins basically got hurt and said that he wasn't hurt. So he has no leverage in Atlanta. Terry Fontenot got the leverage because either you're going to sit on the bench or you're going to release this no trade clause and get traded. Matt Ryan had a no trade clause and got traded to the Colts. So anything is possible.
But with Kirk Cousins, it really don't matter what he think he want. It really don't matter what he want to try to make the Falcon do. Even if he do lift the no trade clause, if they still want his ass to sit on the bench, they can make his ass sit on the bench.
Listen,
I
I
said make
think
his ass
after
sit on
this
the
year
bench.
right here, a lot of teams finna follow what we did. Go sign you a veteran quarterback in free agency and still go get a rookie.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna guarantee him $100 million though.
You don't need to now. Kirk Cousins a journeyman now.
Yeah, he'll
Ain't
goddamn
nobody
journeyman
trying
now.
to give Kirk Cousins the keys to the franchise to be a starter. From moving forward, he was a bridge quarterback.
We got a couple more people on this list though.
All right,
What
let's go
about
with
Brandon Parker?
Who?
Brandon Parker, offensive lineman,
I
tackle.
mean, he ain't really getting no trade this year. But if you want to replace him with if you want to replace Storm Norton, you can keep Brandon Parker because he can play right and left tackle.
Don't we got somebody on the then we just drafted recently that can do the same shit? Then we just bring somebody in from Georgia. What was it, like a draft or two ago?
Oh yeah, you talking about the boy from Georgia? Yeah, you talking about
I can't think of the buddy name, but yeah, can't buddy do the same shit?
shit. I got the motherfucker
Oh
autograph
no,
on
you
my
talking about the
hat.
tight end, the tall 6'7" tight end.
Yeah, start
I
with a
thought he
W.
gone.
Oh, he gone?
He
Yeah,
was on the
because
practice. He
this
was
year
on the
the
practice
only tight
squad, and
ends we had
somebody got
this
him.
year was Pitts, Warner, and Dwelly. Ross
No,
Dwelly.
offensive tackle. He talking about offensive tackle.
We didn't take. Did we take a tackle from Georgia?
I thought we got somebody
A
from
couple.
Georgia
It was a
recently.
couple years ago. It was a couple
No,
years
that
ago.
was Schaefer been gone.
Schaefer. Yeah, it was
Okay,
Schaefer. That was
okay. I
Schaefer.
ain't know he. Oh, somebody snatched his ass up.
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
him on the practice squad, and somebody offered him a contract.
Ah, fuck yeah, then yeah. Cause I thought Buddy was still
Now,
moving around
like
in
for
that
me
front office.
personally, unless we know we getting rid of Jake or Caleb McGarry, why draft a tackle this year? They're a waste of a draft pick. I feel like.
I feel like that's dumb as hell if we get rid of Caleb McGarry. We need to keep
And
Buddy.
you can go
But
get
like
you can go get a
you
tackle
gotta
on
remember
somebody practice
when
squad.
Yeah, we
Chris
can.
Lindstrom
We
signed
can.
for that 5, McCaleb only signed for a 3. So this season coming up would be his last season. Why not replace both of them at the same time?
I wouldn't do that this year.
Nah,
No, next year.
not at all.
Yeah, next
Next
year,
year,
not
I can see
this
this
year.
being Jake last year as well. Or you move McGarry to the left because he ain't playing the blind
Hold
side no more.
No,
on.
I'm not moving no
Don't
goddamn body. Nope.
don't what you call it play then what you call it play left tackle? I left guard.
Yeah,
Oh shit, there we go then.
but
I
he
wouldn't.
been
I ain't
balling
move.
at the left guard though.
I ain't moving nobody off that goddamn line nowhere else than where they putting and where they been at. I'm not finna disrupt any kind of continuity, any kind of
Wasn't he
goddamn.
originally a left
Yeah,
tackle?
Uh,
because that's
But
just
I'm
like
not
this
finna
year.
disrupt none of
A
that.
lot of the first round tackles are projected to be guards in the NFL this year.
A lot of the time coming out of college, most of those guys are gonna become guards. The guys that stay tackles are guys that's 6'7", 6'6", and 340, 350 plus. Them dudes remain tackles. If you under 6'6", you might be converted to a guard. It's just how it is.
okay.
Especially if you somebody that got good feet, got quick feet, and can move. You got good lateral movement. They want you to be a guard.
TFO.
What about Riley Patterson, y'all? He got an asterisk by his name too, because
He
technically
can
he
go.
was a damn
He can go.
he was a free agent anyway.
Man, we could sign a kicker in the 7th round and sign 2 of them as
You ain't even have to
undrafted
mention that
free agents.
motherfucking name.
Man,
He already got
bring
a
bring in somebody to give Cool real competition this offseason.
Shit, I go to MLS and get somebody that done retired from MLS last year.
My
That's
whole
what I
thing
do.
with Cool ain't been the same since he got robbed. Ever since they broke in his truck, he ain't been the same.
Oh, think you think that the Atlanta Water Boys done got a hold to it
He
to his
talking about
psyche?
water boys.
Man,
That they
I
got a
don't know
hold
what it
to
is
his
about
psyche?
Atlanta, man, but everybody ain't built for Atlanta, man. I feel like that's why Rich McKay and Arthur Blank for these last 19, 20 years was drafting who they was drafting because everybody is not built for Atlanta.
That's a fact. Like a lot of people ain't built for LA. A lot of people ain't built for New York City. It's just a fact. Um, what about Justin Simmons?
Depending on what the scheme gonna be, if we gonna run a cover 2 or primarily quarters or something like that, cover 4, I would definitely bring Simmons back.
Okay. What about you, Jay
If we
Holland?
gonna be running a cover 2, cover 4 quarters type scheme to where we got 2 high safeties, because he
Mm-hmm.
does not need to be roaming around. He ain't that type of player. I mean, I understand putting Jesse to let Jesse roam, but having both of them back there, that's gonna keep everything in front of us.
Mm-hmm. Sherman Wood, what's up with you, Sherman Wood? T. Terry, what's happening? The link pinned in the chat. We on for about another 10 minutes. Then we gonna bounce up out of here. What about you, Jay Holland? What you doing with Justin Simmons? You offering him something?
It
You
depends on how
matching
much budget.
offers?
It depends on how much they he talking for. Cause I ain't finna break the bank for his ass.
I feel you. Yeah,
I ain't breaking the bank.
I'm with you on that. If he willing to take a team friendly deal, and I'm not gonna offend him with a number. I'm gonna come at him with something like, what he getting right now? Let's see what he getting right now.
Man, I get that boy like
Not
2
right now, but what he
years,
got.
10 million, 5 million a year. You have to ask in. It ain't like you just all pro anymore. I'll give you 2 years to 10 million with a second year team option.
Justin Simmons
We can
contract.
give Simmons the same type of contract we gave Tyler Heineke.
He signed a 1 year, 7.5 million contract with us. So I give him a 2 year, 2 year, 10 mil. Throw a little incentives in there to make it sound good.
I'd
But I
offer him
ain't
four and
but I ain't
I'd
breaking the
offer him
bank.
4.5. I'd offer him 4.5 per year for 2 years. If you don't like it, see you.
I ain't breaking the
Cause
bank.
cause
So
cause I cause there's some
Oh no.
safeties. There's some safeties in this draft who I like a whole lot.
Yeah, like, hey, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just like 2016, we take a safety in the first round. That
I
boy,
won't be mad at
Boy,
that.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm
I
trying to
won't be
tell you.
mad at that shit at
Jade Barron
all.
out of Texas. Man, you put him at safety or
Yeah,
at
I like
nickelback.
him.
Hey,
I
boy, you
like
know
him.
I'm a
I like
Texas
him.
boy, so I know about my dog. Yeah. Yeah, I'm from Dallas.
I
Yeah,
like
baby.
him.
Hey, man,
All right.
I covered the Killeen, Texas area before I moved out to Arizona.
He was a who?
The 254 area south of Waco.
South Waco. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah, you
Dallas.
see his name, Georgia, Texas boy.
I,
Oh
I
yeah, I
lived in
do be
Texas
seeing
over
they say
19
his
years.
name a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be wondering where the fuck he from.
Uh, Georgia Tech boy, you got a Falcon car, don't you? You got a car. You got your car painted Falcons, don't you? What kind of car
No,
that was?
I, I had a Cadillac that I had tricked out a few years back.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I
All
ain't
right,
breaking the bank on Justin Simmons.
got a couple more names. James. Oh, now this dude, he might be a little interesting. James Smith Williams,
James Smith Williams. James Smith Williams.
defensive lineman.
Man,
And this dude
how I
was
feel about
actually
this
making some plays, man. He was making some plays this past season.
how I feel about this draft, we got
I think I
Jesse,
can replace him.
AJ, Ellis, Rook, and possibly Grady. Man, we can revamp this whole defense through the draft.
Hold on, repeat what you just said
We can
from the beginning.
retool this defense. We build off of Jesse,
Uh huh.
AJ,
Uh huh.
Ellis,
Uh huh.
Rook, and possibly Grady, and everything else you get in the draft.
Okay, I
I can
thought you
see us
said
bringing
something
back
else.
D Alford as well because he'll restricted free agent, so we can give him the league minimum or 2 years, 3 million, or 2 years, 4 million.
Yeah,
We can bring D
yeah,
Alford back.
he restricted free agent. Yeah, And me personally, I bring back the offer.
I bring him back
I
too.
I bring them back. What about Contavious Street?
Nah, he
Yes,
can walk. I
yes.
bet he'll walk.
The last 2 years when Grady was injured or didn't play, and when Street got a chance, that boy performed. He ain't give us no double digit sacks, but when he got in, he gave us some.
Jay Holland, you say no.
Shit, how much I'm giving him is the question. Cause we got some young bulls that can do the same shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
once
can't wait
again,
for Dorlans to get more playing time. 'Cause I feel like Dorlans could be Grady 2.0.
bruh, I'm saying, but I think we stunned a lot of young bulls' growth though.
Yes.
So at Street, I don't think I could. I don't think I bring Street back. Nah, I don't think I bring Street back. Nah, I'm cool. I let him touch that
Okay,
water.
so you want these guys to develop, but you got to have somebody. Let's say Contavious Street, North Grady Jarrett is here, and we rely on Aurora and Doylers to start turning the corner in their career without that veteran tutelage on the inside.
Then and then in this draft, we go get one of those 6'4" to 6'7" defensive tackles to put next to him and put Dorlans at 5'10".
At the five tech,
I don't know about that one, boss.
they're pretty far out there for that big boy.
No, but you got to
Pretty
remember
far
where
out there.
Dorlans come from. Dorlans come from Oregon with Dan Lanning, so Dorlans don't play the whole line except for
Oh,
zero tech.
show the fuck did. Show the fuck did.
You right, but do you think it can translate to this level?
Okay, if we go back to 2016 defense, you go Dorless, zero tech, Rook, and whoever you're gonna put at the other end. You can go Zach Harrison or draft the edge.
I say Zach Harrison. I fuck with Zach. Zach didn't get enough fucking snaps to me.
Or
I'm gonna tell y'all what I agree with y'all on. We definitely got the young talent that I think that can develop well in this defense under Uber. I do think we do have it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the conundrum. If you don't have the veteran tutelage at that position for them to learn from, and we already all agree that they ain't had the necessarily best um, opportunities to start to show us some progression. If we take away the veteran tutelage, are we still not kind of stunting their growth a little bit?
I would say yeah, but we got a deep coaching staff. That's the only reason I won't say yeah completely.
I mean, what veteran we say we getting rid of that's not gonna be in that room?
Well,
Cause
because
I
the speculation of Grady Jarrett being on trade blocks
okay.
and not offering Contavious Street a contract, at least something to see if he'll take it.
Can I go in free agency and get a cheap veteran for that room?
Probably,
I mean, these
Mm.
boys got to grow up.
probably, but you're probably gonna get somebody that's just another Contavious Street.
Let me get y'all thoughts on this. So, if the Falcons were to draft Jalen Walker, we put him at linebacker or edge. Me personally, linebacker. You put him next to Kaden Ellis.
Mm, Because then that defense look lopsided. Then if 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 you get Walker, is Walker a edge? He a edge now?
He an edge and a linebacker. He
Okay,
the
well
number one
that
linebacker in the
yeah.
nation.
Okay, so
That's what makes Jalen Walker special because he can play. Jalen Walker is where Michael Parsons wanted to be coming into the league, a linebacker and an edge. Dan Quinn put Michael Parsons at edge. Coming in, they had him at middle linebacker.
let me look at Jalen Walker real quick.
Cause I ain't fun on drafting the edge in the first, man.
All right, so Jalen Walker. Let me see. 6'2", C2 245.
What we doing with Troy Anderson?
I hope it's an injury settlement.
Yeah, that's the popular synopsis with him. Uh,
I had high hopes for Buddy.
Hey man, go ahead and give him an injury settlement and let him
well,
go back to
you,
Montana.
I mean, you can still keep him around if you say because you got Agent Zero who you're not gonna offer no contract to come back. Um, Judon, you expected him to want to go somewhere and still get a relevant purse. So
Okay.
you not gonna expect him back. So you can still keep Troy Anderson around. The thing is what are you gonna do? Now the question you just asked, what you doing with Jalen Walker? If I'm getting Jalen Walker, then absolutely I would put Jalen Walker as your strong linebacker, and I would have Caden Ellis playing the weak side, and I have Troy Anderson on the same side with Caden Ellis when he in the game. Because then you got the athleticism to be able to cover, and you got the athleticism to be able to pass rush. So yeah, I would. I had Jalen Walker playing strong linebacker. I would.
Okay.
In that case, I would. Other than that, he playing edge. All right, what else we got? This the last one we got on the list. Oh, we got three more. Elijah Wilkinson.
Liza Wilkerson. He out of Georgia?
I can't remember what Wilkinson at.
Swing tackle.
Ain't he out of Georgia?
No. Let me see.
I ain't do that. That was over here.
See, folks say that we had a bad spot at 15, but I feel like at 15,
That's perfect.
we could really trade down twice. Uh,
I'll trade. Go back to
uh,
like early 20s,
yep. I'll try to
23,
trade to like
24,
2021 and
23,
then trade down
21.
from there to like 25 to 30. This
Elijah
draft is
Wilson
deep.
went to UMass. He went to
Oh, you
UMass.
man. Okay.
This draft, we can have a defensive draft just like 2016, where we ended up with 5 starters on defense as rookies.
I don't know, man.
I'll
I
try to
take.
bring back Elijah Wilkinson. Just
Yeah,
pop.
I'd offer him some and see if he take it.
Yeah, I offer something.
Him
What
and
about
Brandon
Avery
Parker.
Williams?
Who?
Oh, you'll offer Brandon Parker some too?
Yep.
Yeah, I would too. What
But
about Avery
in
Williams?
doing that, we might lose Storm Norton.
Well, that's why I said if you go down this list, if they let's say they do the same thing we doing right now, let's
Yeah.
just say this the scenario. They go down this list. Storm knowing name come up before Brandon Parkers and Elijah Wilkinson, but
Okay.
you offer Storm Norton something and he don't take it, at least you know you still got Brandon Parker and Elijah Wilkinson at the bottom of the list. See what I'm saying?
See, part of me want to say bring back the starters and build up new role players. And then part of me feel like, okay, you keep Storm Norton because he already know the offense. With this being Caleb McGarry last season, you could put Storm Norton or Brandon Parker at that's what we don't know what's gonna happen with Jake Matthews and Caleb McGarry. Is this gonna be their last season coming up? Is something gonna happen in the offseason? We got 2 weeks until March 10th.
Well, some that Terry and Raheem did, well, Terry mostly, is they real good for releasing guys, hiring them back to the practice squad, seeing if somebody gonna grab them. If don't nobody grab them within a week, what they do? They elevate them back to the
Elevator back to
53.
the
That's
line.
why part of me feel like Noozle could be gone for Gwen.
Yeah, I believe that too. I think they think Newsel is replaceable. Well, all of them replaceable, but I think they think with Gwen I think they can get him for less money, and they can, they ain't worried about nobody coming after
Right.
Fuck that. I can't let him lose a walk.
him.
I can't
What
let him
about Avery
walk.
Williams?
Mm.
Oh shit.
Be
Special
before
team
the
too.
injury, the number one punt
Hey,
return
he
man in
been
the
hurt a
league.
lot. I bring it back because I know it ain't gonna cost me shit.
Y'all know y'all like that Eric Wings fair catch dance anyway.
So yeah.
I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm tired of seeing running backs doing punt return and kick return.
But you got to remember, Avery Williams came in the league as a cornerback. We just put him at running back
Put
to
him
keep
back
him on
there.
the team.
Yeah, that's
Some
true.
Dan Quinn shit.
But I'm tired of seeing. I'm just
Arthur
tired of
Smith.
it. Not saying running backs can't do it because I know they can. That ain't what I'm saying. I feel like you need more. You need more stride. If that make any sense, you need more. You need a longer stride running that damn ball back.
That was my only knock on Dan Quinn and Arthur Smith, but I feel like that was more of Rich McKay because we also did it during Thomas Dimitrov. After the third round, we just go get diamonds in the rough. Like we don't get players who dropped in the draft because they had an issue or something. No, we go try to get somebody who's a project player instead of like I get it. Like okay, prime example, Richard Sherman. He ended up being one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but he got drafted in the fifth round.
Right. Some guys you strike gold with. It's a fact. Some guys you strike gold with. But is it likely to happen? It's
Nah.
it's not likely. But some
Right.
guys you do strike gold with. Um, Last one on this list is Josh Woods, inside linebacker. I think I know the answer for this
Yeah, we good.
Pass.
We good. Test the
one. Yeah,
water, boss.
yeah. Good luck in your future endeavors. All right.
Like a motherfucker.
My key brain backs, Dahlman, Alfred, Hughes. Everybody else can be replaced.
Mm.
Everybody else can be replaced in his opinion. That what Georgia Tech boy say. He say, ain't nobody job safe.
Dahlman, Hughes, Alfred.
All right, I'm gonna go over some real quick, then we gonna call it a night. But I came across some very inspiring news um out of the Atlanta Falcons camp. If you go to hbcubuzz.com, this is some on hbcubuzz.com.
Oh, the
Uh,
combine?
no, not no, this some kind of outside or on the field. This more along the lines of ownership.
Okay.
But Uh, this is per HBCUBuzz.com. Atlanta Falcons partner Rashawn Williams pledges 4 years of salary to his alma mater, Morehouse College. Um, this was reported on the 15th. This was reported on the 15th, but this article was done today. But Rashawn Williams is a partial owner of the Atlanta Falcons. He's of course he's a black owner, and his alma mater is Morehouse. He is going for 4 years, starting this year. He's going to donate his entire salary from the Falcons to Morehouse College.
Ah,
What
that's
y'all
what's
think
up.
about that?
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Cause you don't have to do that. And for 4 years, your entire salary from Atlanta going to that,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You pay man of the month type shit of the year. Yeah, that's dope in the motherfucker.
That's dope, man. That's when I came across that. I first I wanted to make sure it was real because that's that's a that's a healthy
That's
investment.
a
I think it say that it told us out to be like eight some $1 million um over them 4 years. But he's gonna donate that for 4 years of his salary from the Falcons to Morehouse College. Um, Listen, man, when you read stuff like that, it's encouraging.
Yes, it is.
hold on.
It's
Hold on.
it's encouraging.
The nigga in me. Can that be a tax write-off?
Yeah, you
Listen,
know it is. You know it is.
anytime you donate money, as soon as you file your taxes, you just look at when you file your taxes.
Yeah,
Anytime you donate money, charity wise, it's a tax write
yeah.
off.
It's every time,
Tax
every
write-off
single
like a
time,
motherfucker.
every single time, every time you donate money. When you if you keep track of what you put in the collection plate at church for missionary offering,
Yep,
if
ties it
if you
all.
if you keep track of it, it's a tax write off. Um.
If you're
So
doing it right, 10%.
right, if you're doing it, there you go, boy. See that
There
boy?
you go.
Hey, there
Oh
you go.
shit, we on some. Boy, you finna start some, boy.
So
Blackberry better
you
end
know,
this shit.
you want to know what I was thinking? Yeah, I'm about for real. But but cause something I was thinking about doing is having um a financial show where we discuss how to move in the financial world when you're running a business or when you applying for insurance, when you doing banking, when all that stuff, man, when you got mortgages. Uh I think it's important for more of us that talk sports to make sure that the fan base that might not know any better understand not just salary caps with teams, but since we on the subject of money, let's talk about how we can better improve as a community on how we save our money and invest our money within the community, within the black community, because it's important. So that's something I've been thinking about doing. I'm glad y'all brought that up. Really, I brought it up, but I'm glad y'all brought that
Shit, step
up.
one is quit being consumers all the damn time and spending more than what you have.
There
And
you
it
go.
really just depends on where you at because, like in Georgia, I can understand supporting a black business, but in
Yeah,
Texas,
It ain't like that
depending
down here.
on depending on where you live, like me, I come from like a country town. Like I can go to the farmers market, but as for like a black business, like most of the black business is, I ain't gonna cap this street shit.
Every bit of it.
yeah.
Especially out here in Dallas.
So shout out to Rashawn Williams, man, out of the South Side of Chicago, by the way. Uh, Partial owner of the Atlanta Falcons is donating 4 years of his Atlanta Falcons salary to Morehouse College, man, his alma mater. So shout out to him, man. Give him a little hand clap for that, man.
Real
Big shout out, big shout out.
shit. That's what's up.
So with that being said, man, appreciate everybody coming through. I'm gonna let Jay Holland and Georgia Texas boy. I'm gonna let y'all give y'all final words on the state of the Falcons and who on D-Day right now. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, man. Start with you, Jay Holland. What you got?
Shit, I ain't got shit. I ain't got nothing. I was just hoping these motherfuckers don't drop the ball this off season. I ain't got nothing. Just don't drop the ball.
I feel you, bro. Georgia Texas boy. What about?
Man, let's just keep moving, man. Like that's it. Like now, the offense set in my eyes. Got a good defensive coordinator. Got a good special team coach. Continue to let them do their job. And Raheem Morris, you got to be the head coach. You got to be the CEO. Like that mismanagement and everything, we don't need to see that shit in year 2
Yeah.
Quit taking time out, home.
or year
Hey,
8
please
or
take the
year
goddamn
7.
timeouts. Do they need to host a timeouts
I
lesson
think
class
I think
at Flowery Branch?
I think the motherfuckers roll over.
I mean, god damn.
I think they
Even
roll over.
you even got you vacation time before the year over with.
No,
What
man,
the
in some
hell?
places you do. If you don't use them, you lose them.
If you don't use them, you lose them. You better
It
at
might
least get it on that last checkup after you go along with that quarterly bonus. You
it
better at
could be
least
in the
do that.
contract. It could be in the contract.
So, hey man, call the goddamn timeout. Shit, you got it. Use it. But with that being said, man, appreciate everybody coming through. HomeTeamFits.com still under construction. So y'all stay tuned and look out for that. For when I drop the website again, I'm gonna re-drop it. We're gonna have um a re-debut of HomeTeamFits.com, a re-grand opening. So y'all stay tuned for that. Um, and as always, on Thursday, we got the Rex Pit at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right here on It's the Home Team with Blakberry Larissa. That's Blakberry, no C, just a K. With that being said, oh, yeah, and the topic for the Rex Pit is going to be on, do we have enough to win the South now? Right now.
Who your next
Before
live
free
star?
agency, before the draft, before all that, do we currently have enough to win the South? That's the topic on the Rex Pit on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate Jay Harlan. Appreciate Georgia Texas boys, loyal compadres to the channel. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Catch us on the flip side. Home team.
Peace.
Y'all take it easy.
Night ride on the trail.